Welcome back to another episode of Behind Spawn Doors. I'm Blur, and today I will be taking you through Group C. While Group A and Group B are all about the second upper bracket spot, Group C is a race for the top spot and a minefield of potential upsets. All of these teams have overpowering strengths and critical weaknesses, and how they interact will be crucial in deciding the look of this group after the weekend. Omnius Gaming Kintsugi. If consistency is the game, then Kintsugi are masters of it. When Thunderclap disbanded, there were many doubts over the Kintsugi team that formed in its place under the OG banner. Despite these initial misgivings, the team has proven itself time and time again as a consistent top performer and a constant threat if your guard drops. The consistency the team shows is particularly impressive given the fluidity of their roster. Members substituting in and out to minimal performance drop and for maximum specialist impact, a signature of the team. This consistency and the fluidity of their roster particularly suit the online finals format, where OG may have the advantage in aiming for those top spots. A key player in this pursuit for a top spot is their off-tank, Slayer. Recruited alongside support player Authorized for his impressive performances for the EGS A squad on Roadhog at VS Gaming Finals in 2019 and Sigma in the later months, Slayer is an impressive presence in the game and a crucial key in building space for DPS players on Diablo, Orexin and Slumpy to make use of. Coming into finals with a player with a distinct Roadhog and Sigma strength may be crucial in a meta where these picks may be seeing some traction, and the presence of the skill set in a player who is able to be so oppressive means that Omnius will always be able to utilize their stable base and consistent playstyle to maximum effect. While Kintsugi will be aiming for top spot in their group, their eventual finish will be oriented towards hitting the prize pool slots of 1st to 4th. If history is to be trusted, we should be expecting a 3rd place finish from them again, but a good run of results will embolden the team in their playstyle and their consistency in understanding and implementing the meta to pursue the first 2 placings as much as they possibly can. Rage Quit Odyssey. The antithesis of their colleagues in the top group seed, Odyssey are perhaps one of the finest teams in the country with the least consistent implementation of their playstyle. Perhaps best typified in their recent reverse sweep at the hands of XVG2CP and the 3-0 loss to TSG Team Mist, Odyssey are at times unplayable, weaving a combination of ultimates and mechanical skill together to roll over team fights. On the other side of the same coin, they also lose so many fights to unforced errors and lapses of concentration that have cost them on important maps. With their eyes on the top group spot, Odyssey will need to clean up their act and gain the consistency that they have previously lacked. If you had to pick out one consistent player from the current roster, however, the eyes immediately tend towards Fluffy, their impact player and flex support. Formerly of Goliath Gaming and 2CP, Fluffy is a player with experience at the top level of local Overwatch and one of the finest flex supports in the country. Odyssey rally around this element of their team constantly. The resources of main support Shadows often monopolize to save Fluffy in dangerous situations, and the fight set up around where they will get maximum value from the flex support player. If Odyssey are to mount the charge for finals, Fluffy will almost definitely be supporting it with anti-nades and sleep darts. Building that consistency in the group stage will be a goal for Odyssey, especially as they attempt to snatch a victory from Kintsugi for that top seed. Through a mixture of backline constructed engagement and aggressive flanking DPS style, Odyssey will be attempting to make a tournament run for the higher seeded spots and take scalps from teams like 2CP and Kintsugi given the chance. iEnvy Calypso. Calypso, formerly Odyssey's sister team in EGSA, qualified for VS Gaming's 2019 finals in 16th seed, and put up spirited performance against Goliath Gaming and WRG Overwatch before being eliminated. Since then, the team has grown substantially, peaking in playoff position in Challenge Division in the Overwatch by 80k tournament and securing 11th seed for finals. With new recruit Void in their hit scan position, Calypso will be hoping they have strengthened sufficiently to use the seeding as the building blocks to excel at finals. Calm heads and cool nerves will need to prevail for them to do that, however, traits that usually come with experience. Experienced in his own right, Hemisphere, Calypso's core flex DPS, has led a team at finals previously in Chronic Underdogs, and has helped strengthen Calypso throughout the year to build them into the force they are now. Mechanically, Hemisphere is an exceptionally diverse player with a wide hero pool and strong understanding of his heroes. Between his experience and his ability to secure fights through big plays, Hemisphere will be a crucial player in breaking down Calypso's opposition and paving the way for their run of finals. Calypso's comparatively defensive playstyle provides a consistent base for them to use to build these plays, and is definitive of main tank BK7's thoughtful and deliberate playstyle. Using this as a base, Calypso will be hoping to advance into the knockout stage, and hopefully for them, towards the possibility of a top 8 finish. For a team who qualified in 16th after a deregistration for VS Gaming Finals in 2019, their rise has been triumphant. The future looks bright for a squad of fresh players, tempered by experienced heads. Kitsune. Kitsune is one of the newer sides, having signed up as a fresh side for stage 1 of the Overwatch by 80k tournament. Despite struggling to find their feet in the first stage, the second stage was far more successful for them, picking up valuable wins as they began to build a playstyle and lay the foundations for future success. Coming to this tournament at 14th seed, Kitsune will hope to raise their game and reputation further by taking fights, maps, and games from teams favoured to beat them. Favouring a distinctive hyper-aggressive playstyle and an orthodox compositional structure, Kitsune come into this tournament confident and ready. None embody this aggressive playstyle more so than Rafiki. Kitsune's DPS player constantly looks for wider angles and aggressive pressuring players, which open up big opportunities for his team to win fights, and more than one Challenger Division side has fallen to these big plays this season. Alongside fellow DPS players Godbjorn and Cameron16, Rafiki will be looking to pepper in damage on his signature Doomfist pick and give himself and the team the best footing to progress in this tournament. Group C is a group of contrasts: aggressive versus patient, consistent versus volatile, and the matchup between Calypso and Kitsune is no different. Calypso's patient and stable players contrasted against the rampant feast or famine aggression of Kitsune in what will surely be a tantalizing matchup for the highest seeding in this group. Whether Kitsune are able to find a footing in this group or not will not diminish the growth this team has undergone, however, as they look to progress from the Challenger Division whipping boys to a solid mid-table team and seek to grow further into that playoff spot, challenging the likes of Odyssey, Calypso, and higher in the future. And on that note, thank you for joining us into our deep dive into Group C. Join us tomorrow as we look at Group D and get ready for our Power Rankings podcast on Friday and summary on Saturday morning. Keep a lookout for those and follow our socials at ZA Overwatch on Twitter, Competitive Overwatch South Africa on YouTube, as well as ATK Arena on Twitter and ATK_Zone on Twitch. I've been Blur, and we're looking forward to seeing you at ATK Finals.